panel expert who have a lot of experience and share us their presentation for Indonesia as a top destination in Jakarta. So without further ado, let us welcome our panelists on the stage. Our first panelist is replacing Miss Rizky Handayani Mustafa as she is unable to come. So Miss Devitri Anggriani, the Head of Promotion Working Group, Directorate of Investment Management, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of the Republic of Indonesia. I would like to welcome you on the stage, Miss Devitri. Thank you so much. Give a round of applause, everybody. Terima kasih, Bu. Next, we have Mr. Hosea Andres Runkat, the Deputy General Manager of the Jakarta Convention Center and Chairman of the Indonesia Exhibition Company Association. I would like to welcome you, sir. Please give a round of applause. Thank you so much. Our third panelist, Ms. Nunung Rusmiati, the Chairwoman of the Association of the Indonesian Tour and Travel Agency, Ms. Nurun. Also, we have today with us Mr. Sutrisno Iwantono, the Chairman of Indonesia Hotel and Restaurant Association, Jakarta. Please give a round of applause. Terima kasih, Pak. And last but not least, we have Mr. Aji Munarwijanto, the General Manager of the Golomori of Injourney Tourism Development Corporation, ITDC, sir. Okay, one more time, please give them a round of applause for all the panelists down here who take their time to come here to give the presentation. All right, just like the well-known Indonesian proverbs, tak kenal makanya tak sayang. Let's get to know our panelists a bit better. I will share a brief introduction of the impressive background. But first, if you don't mind, can let me sit, because now I have to change, become a moderator. All right, okay. First, we have Ms. Devitri Anggriani, Head of a Promotion Working Group, Directorate of Investment Management, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of the Republic of Indonesia. The Promotion Working Group is in charge to promote investment for 10 tourism destination priority, especially for Special Economic Zone and Tourism Authority Board that is currently being promoted by the Indonesian government. Next, we have Pak Hosea Andres Runkat, Deputy General of the Jakarta Convention Center and Chairman Indonesia Exhibition Company Association, in short, ASPERAPI, ya Pak. Mr. Hosea Andres has spent over 20 years at the Jakarta Convention Center, Jakarta's largest convention hall actually, and is currently the president of the Indonesia Exhibition Company Association, like I mentioned. He also served as the chairman of MICE Acceleration Team at the Ministry of Tourism. Next, we have Ibu Nunung Rusmiati. Cakep sekali Bu, selendangnya, luar biasa. Ibu Nunung started her career in the tourism industry in 1992 as the CEO of PT Pati Indo Tours. She was appointed as the chairwoman of Association of Indonesia Tour and Travel Agency for two periods, 2014-2019 and 2019 and 2024. Terakhir untuk tahun ini ya Bu ya. Lepas ini mungkin ada wawasan lebih tinggi lagi ya. Next, we have Pak Sutrisno Iwantono, holds PhD Political Economics from Okayama University in Japan. He's a chairman of Indonesia Hotel and Restaurant Association in Jakarta. He has served as a deputy for marketing and business network at the Ministry of Corporation and SMEs. Currently, he's the chairman, head of the public policy at Apindo too, and deputy chairman for the Indonesia Tourism Industry Association. Thank you, Pak, for coming. Next, we have Pak Aji Munarwijanto, General Manager of the Golomori of Engineering Tourism in Development Corporation, in short, ITDC, Pak. Thank you for coming, Pak. Pak Haji has a background in economics and business from the University of Indonesia and Loyola University Chicago. He began his career as Ernst & Young and PwC, and now serves as the Director of ITDC Nusantara Property and General Manager of the Golomori ITDC. Thank you so much for all the panelists to join us today. A big round of applause for all panelists, please. Thank you so much. Now that we have introduced our esteemed panelists, it's time to hear their valuable insight on how Jakarta can become a top MICE destination in Jakarta. First, just to let the speaker know, we have 10 minutes time limit for the presentation. So let's begin with the first presentation from Ibu Dewitri Anggriani, the Head of Promotion Working Group, Directorate of Investment Management, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of the Republic of Indonesia. Mr. Dewitri, this floor is yours. Thank you, Bu.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, all. First of all, I want to say apologize. This session should be Ibu Rizky Handayani, our Deputy Minister for Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy Republic of Indonesia, but she's suddenly having an important meeting with the Parliament, so she sends her regards and apologize for not being able to attend. So allow me to represent her and sharing the presentation about MICE tourism investment, focus on Jakarta's transformation into a major hub for MICE tourism. Okay, next slide. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is the tourism and creative economy achievements last year. In 2023, Indonesia's tourism sectors has remarkable progress. We have achieving like over 11.68 million international tourists and 825.7 million domestic tourist trips. So these numbers updating in June 2024, we have like over 6.4 million foreign tourists. This is like striving from the pandemic, and this is the highest number after the pandemic. And the value of the national GDP also reached 39%, with the foreign exchange earnings 14 billion US dollar. And also the creative economy sector also makes significant strides by contributing 1.41 Indonesian rupiah with the export 2,000 billion US dollar. So this number is a pivotal role that tourism and creative economy is already a resilience. This is the tourism competitiveness. So our tourism competitiveness has risen significantly, but the new number in the Travel and Tourism Development Index that Indonesia tourism has moved from 32nd ranks in 2021 to 22nd in 2024. This is a looping, the jumping is very high with the 10 ranks, and this is improving that tourism industry in Indonesia is thriving and more potential to have a lot of business here. Also, Indonesia is the first rank for top global Muslim-friendly tourism destination by GMIT 2024. This is the big opportunity to attract Muslim tourists, also the MICE tourism, including for the halal tourism. So this is the tourism opportunities that I already mentioned that halal tourism is one kind of the tourism opportunities, And then the new trends is like a game and creative economy, and even this could potential to boost the tourism and the creative economy in Indonesia. And one of the biggest opportunities based on data is the business tourism or blended leisure and business travel. So the participants and delegates from MICE Tourism is potential as a target market, and we can hope this can boost the tourism in Indonesia. So what are we now in MICE in Indonesia? So based on data, Indonesia's MICE sector has rebounded post-pandemic, especially in 2020, 2022, and Indonesia already ranks fourth in the Southeast Asia for the number of meeting halls and attendees hosted in 2022. And the sector that have potential in the MICE landscape in Indonesia are medical, science, and technology. So looking ahead, that Indonesia needs to capture a larger share of the global MICE market, and we need the strategic initiative and partnership to boost and develop the MICE tourism in Indonesia. And how about the investment in MICE? So in the semester, in the first semester in 2024, Indonesia for tourism and creative economy has realized investment in 1.58 billion US dollar for all the tourism and creative economy. And as for MICE, most investment comes from domestic. So this is the number that this first half of 2024, MICE is in the position of the fourth ranks from the domestic investment with 46.34 million US dollar. And I believe most of the investment goes to Jakarta, the biggest city, and Bali and other big cities. And so we need to continue to facilitate investment in MICE. So why MICE? We got this data from the minister document that calculated the impact of one of the biggest MICE event in Jakarta, the 43rd Asian Summit Jakarta. So with the document, we can see that the impact of the events, the MICE tourism ASEAN Summit with the spending of delegation, and then how it affects the growth of the GDP and also to the Jakarta's economic and workers in Jakarta. This is just descriptive about the impact of the MICE. And potential MICE destination in Indonesia, we have some of the cities that we already mentioned about the most potential cities, and the first one is Jakarta. Jakarta is the prime location for international conference and exhibition. This is benefiting from excellent infrastructure and including large-scale meetings, facilities, and air connectivity. And the second one, Bali and other cities, the Bandung and Makassar. And we hope that this Jakarta, although not nation's capital anymore, we hope that the MICE is still going to develop. So this is the challenges in implementing MICE. It's based on the data that we have some challenges that for implementing the MICE, like the networking and the budget and how to collaborating with association. We have some challenges that we need to collaborate and coordinating to each other to develop MICE in Indonesia and especially in Jakarta. So this is what ministries have about the strategy to develop the MICE. So we are enhancing coordination and collaboration across various ministries and industry stakeholders. So we cannot go alone as the ministry. We need the association, of course, and we need the private sectors, and we need the other industry stakeholders to create how the MICE can develop, including to get a low-hanging fruit market, especially in the region, in Asia, Pacific, also in Southeast Asia. This is some of the government support for MICE. So we have incentive for MICE venue to open for foreign investment. And then what government do about the MICE, we already have like a policy about facilitating MICE and how to collaboration and coordinate with other stakeholders to develop the MICE. And how about Jakarta as a MICE? So I've already mentioned that Jakarta is the biggest cities that potential to develop the MICE. Why? Because Jakarta is adequate with facilities that we know. Jakarta have a standalone venues, star-rated hotels like Jakarta International Stadiums and other hotels that are sufficient for big MICE events, and a good accessibility that we have WUSH to Bandung, tolls, LRT, MRT, and near to the international, the biggest airport in Indonesia, Soekarno-Hatta. And Jakarta already have the supporting ecosystem. So Jakarta is very potential to develop the MICE. This is data about how the Jakarta. So Jakarta is ranked 292nd out of over 500 cities worldwide. So this is contrast because Bali still holds a higher position in 84. So we still need homework to how Jakarta can get more ranks and to hold a higher position even with Bali. This is some of the event MICE in Jakarta. One of the event is Asian Summit. Okay, so this slide in extra slide. Of course, we are talking about Jakarta, but I will also want to share information that our ministry is also promoting other investment opportunities in different tourism regions. So in super priority tourism and special economic zones and other areas. And some of this area also focus in developing MICE tourism, like becoming currently booming is Sanur, and then Labuan Bajo, and other potential like Lido and Kura-Kura Bali. So this will be a motivation for Jakarta to continue improving itself, to remain competitive and developing regions to develop the MICE tourism. One of the strategies is called develop the incentive tourism to Pulau Seribu. Right now we have Seribu Pesona Indonesia also attend here, so we could do this better collaborating with this area. So I think that's Jakarta will face a significant challenge also with the relocation of the capital to Kalimantan. So Jakarta will lose a government meeting market. So we need efforts together and breakthrough to attract other MICE markets here in Jakarta with the situation. I think the time's up, so I believe that Jakarta and Indonesia can emerge as leaders in the global MICE tourism industries. So together we can harness the opportunities and overcome the challenges. I think that's for me. I will stop here and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Dimitri, for the insight. I think it's great that government initiatives are shaping the future of MICE. To summarize, I think Indonesia can be one of the top destinations for halal tourism. MICE industry is rebounding post-COVID. Indonesia ranked 4 in Southeast Asia. I think one day can beat Singapore, yeah? I mean. And investments coming, I think this is something that we look at FDI. I think the regulation have changed a lot for MICE, and it's good to have a lot of collaboration with foreign MICE industry so that Indonesia can grow. And of course, incentive from the government, which we can discuss more during our Q&A. So next, we have another presenter. Let's welcome Mr. Hosea Andres Rungkat, the Deputy General Manager of the Jakarta Convention Center and Chairman of Asperapi. Mr. Hosea Rungkat, the stage all yours. Give a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Okay, good afternoon, distinguished guests, panelists. Thanks for coming, and I just want to introduce a little bit about the association. Actually, we are established in 1990, around more than 30 years, the exhibition company associations in Indonesia, and we are taking part of the economic growth, especially in Indonesia and also in Jakarta. Okay, talking about Jakarta as a MICE, because we know Jakarta is for an industry that we are focusing not for the leisure of the other tourism, because since we are for a business city, of course we are focusing to the business tourism, which is MICE is inside. Talking also the global, because I took the ranking of from the World Global Power City Index. Jakarta position in the 45, and actually we still below from our three neighbors: Singapore, Malaysia, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and also the Bangkok. And what they present from the colleagues before that, this is the MICE destination, which is implemented by the Ministry of Tourism and Economic Creative, that Jakarta also become one of the destination MICE in Indonesia. Just give the sample, what is the difference between Jakarta and Bali? So, Jakarta, they have the incentive, but in Jakarta they don't have the incentive. But they have the meeting, they have the exhibitions. But in Bali, they don't have the exhibition. So at least we know what is the difference between the position Jakarta and with the other city. Next. Talking about MICE in Jakarta, talking about MICE in Indonesia, around 1,200 companies which take part for the exhibition and convention industry, and almost 50% the industry is in Jakarta. So that's why, I mean, like the figures said that how come the numbers in Bali is getting higher, because the business in here. But don't forget, the player all who are doing in Bali is all the player from Jakarta. Yeah, but so this is the big question. But I mean, the implementation of the program of the government, which is that, yeah, we don't know. We have to discuss about how they positioning or they placing the event mostly in Bali and Jakarta. But based on this fact, we can see how power Jakarta compared to other city. Okay, talking also the MICE, because in Asia Pacific scale, that our exhibitions from 2023 is 138 exhibitions, mostly is the international. And we have also 16 conference in Jakarta, and also more than 500 national scale event, which is take annual event in Jakarta. So that's power of Jakarta. So if we take the scale in the Asia or Asia Pacific, we are number one for the number of international events in Asia Pacific. Maybe you can ask why normally China have more. Yes, we have China have a more exhibition, but in terms of the countries. But in terms of the city, we're still number one in the Asia Pacific. And on the 25th, we are also in the 25th position from 78 city in Asia Pacific. Talking about the value, about the MICE of Jakarta, based on our data that we take around 100 billion rupiah, which is from the direct or indirect transaction. So this is such a huge big market, especially for a MICE industry in Jakarta. Yeah, this is a success story, some of the event, just give one event, they put it all together, the property and the J-Expo, they got around 7 billion, the transaction. This is 2023, up to now we still wait the numbers from 2024, and normally it's increased. This only from one event. Actually, I said one event because they do it all together. Okay, what is the challenge here? If we look here, what the Thailand did, Malaysia, Philippines, and this is the one that we are asking the promotion of tourism in Jakarta to focusing about what their programs. Because what we know now is more talking about the local, what they are doing only for the domestic industry or domestic market. But if you look what the other countries or other neighbors doing, that they're doing a lot of promotion for the MICE, and I think we can normally go together with the Ministry of Tourism to do the campaign and promotion for the MICE. Okay, the challenge is like in Asian, like mostly Asian, they are already positioning as a world destination for the MICE, and also they already promoting. And if we look about the infrastructure, I look all the neighbors now, they are raising to growing their facilities, yeah, talking about the venues, talking about the hotels, talking about the airport accessibility. This is the one also the homework of us, because talking about Jakarta, our two biggest venue actually is owned by the private sector. Compared to our neighbors, talking Singapore, talking Malaysia, most of the venue it's belong to the government. So this is you can imagine how we compete between government with other city and also the private sector here. So this is maybe also is a wake-up call to the central government or local government who support for the infrastructure, because I think it's better if we do it together between the private sector and the government. So many problems because we have no national strategy, yeah, of the tourism, and also especially for the MICE, and the implementation about the program, about how we become a MICE world destination. And support, yeah, if we look, same with my presentation, we only point us to 16 MICE destination. Actually, the one is ready is only 2, Bali and Jakarta. Even talk Bandung and the other, they're still not ready. Because talking about Bandung, there is no venue up to now. The venue is only in the hotel, or they're doing outdoor. What did happen also in Sumatra. Then this is the one that why we cannot growing the event, because the support is based only for the private sector, not from the government. So this is also the problem. And also, sometimes the policies change. Now we have the policies already, right? So we wait. I just discussed with some panelists. We'll see October what's happened. The new government, new people, new minister, new jagoan, they say they will change all the regulations. So how can we make an established program before 5 years, then they change? So this is also a problem. But beside that, also there's a challenge, right, that we are the biggest market. Why? Talking about population, because talking MICE, the market is a number 1. Then resource. Yeah, how rich our country with the resource? Yeah, And after that, we have the manpower. Yeah, but once again, because what the quality of the manpower, this is the problem of us. But talking about the three major factor in MICE, Jakarta is number one. I mean, Indonesia is in the number one, yeah, since the population. But compared to the Asia, maybe we have also China and India. Our economic growth is also good compared to other city, and also the policies, yeah, that MICE that some is already implemented. Actually, is based on the law from the minister, but it's not implemented direct to the industries. Jakarta is not longer as a capital, what the Ibu said before, that most of the government meetings move, yes, but don't forget we have another business, not based on only the government meeting. We have the exhibitions, we have the conference, which is under international associations. Yeah, positioning is Jakarta with the criteria of the global and MICE. So we have also the challenge that we have a strong point about the accessibility, because talking accessibility, there's only two cities, right? Jakarta, Bali, I think Jakarta have more connectivity compared to other city, and also the transportation. Yeah, we grow with the MRT, LRT, and busway. I can imagine another 5, 10, one is developed and they integrated. Jakarta will be, yeah, will be number one in the ASEAN. And also the venue itself, because up to now we only have 2 venues, actually is built by the public sector. But maybe once the government will take over on the business, maybe we'll growing with other venue, which is that also good for us. Yeah, of course the manpower is also an issue, because in ASEAN we are in number 4 or number 5. So yeah, this is how we implement, we invest about the MICE, about the accessibility, capacity, manpower, and also the policies. Number 1 is also the policies. So what we should do, we have to collaborate. The industry, the private sector, collaborate with the government. That's the key point. I don't have to break down one by one, at least how they upgrading, the venue, also they develop the manpower, and also the ecosystem sustainabilities, and also the the industry relationship between government and also the partnership with the association. So that's the key portion. So doesn't mean that the association, they work by themselves, and the government, they work themselves, but we have to be a partnership as together to become a strong MICE destination. Okay, I think that's all for now. Time is up, and once again, thank you.
Thank you, Pak Hosea, for a fantastic presentation. I think the key word down here is collaboration. We need to collaborate within the private sector, swasta, pemerintah, asosiasi. So the association and the government need to work together with the government, and also to come out good incentive like other countries have it. And I believe Indonesia, especially Jakarta, can be one of the top destinations for MICE in coming future. As mentioned on collaboration, I think the word down here is alon-alon asal lakone ya Pak ya. Okay, there's a Javanese word. So let's move again next to our next presentation. Next, Ibu Nunung Rusmiati, Chairwoman of Association of the Indonesia Tours and Travel Agency, in short ASITA. So let's give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and then panelists. Thank you for your time. I will make a presentation for strengthening Jakarta position in the global MICE industry. And then before that, I want to pantun first. Next, can. Okay. What the moderator said, I'm the president of ASITA, Association of the Indonesia Tour and Travel Agencies. Our member more than 7,000 travel agencies across 36 provinces and 55 for the region. So it is a very huge market for the, especially tourism, and right now we're thinking about the MICE. Oh, sorry. And then I want to introduction for the MICE, but I want to make pantun first ya. Jakarta kita berdua, MICE berkembang penuh daya, ASITA hadir bersama kita, Jakarta jaya di mata dunia. Thank you. I want to introduce for the MICE. MICE is Meeting, Incentive, Conference, Exhibition. It's crucial of sector and contribute of the city economy. And then also Jakarta is suitable for the MICE city, Jakarta strategy location, world-class infrastructure, and then also management and culture and prime destination for global industry. As you know, I'm also the travel agent, and then our members 7,000, and then we have inbound tour, outbound tour, MICE, and what I said, event organizer, also corporate. So this is right now we focus for the MICE, and then for our members 7,000, I have to be the president MICE create for this the new collaboration what Pak Andri said. So it is a very good opportunity because what I said, Jakarta is very suitable for the location. Okay, why Jakarta? Strategy, what I said, location is geographically approximately in Southeast Asia. Jakarta is ideal for meeting international business. You know, even I'm the orange, for example, in Asian 2028 for Asian Games, it is so many from the foreigner come 46 country, so it means Indonesia like in GCC, Pak Andri said, it is very huge market, especially if right now if we have the event for like Asian Games 2018 in August, we can invite for the foreigner and then also investor, also we create for the package. So the MICE is very important for this industry. Also effective travel time, flight to Jakarta, because Jakarta is the hub for the Jakarta, especially Jakarta to Singapore, Malaysia, and others. If another country still like Batam, when we have the event in Batam, they cannot directly from Jakarta, for example, from Kuala Lumpur, my partner is easy, but from Jakarta, even from Jakarta is very difficult because expensive. If from Papua, we must go to Kuala Lumpur first and then go to Indonesia, is cheaper. This is also our hard homework for the destination. So I hope for the airport, it's very good hub for Indonesia. We make example also for the Malaysia. Malaysia, you know, before COVID, yeah, Mbak Dewi, already it's for tourism, Wisnos International for inbound to Malaysia already 28 million. But Indonesia only 16.5 million. You can imagine because we have the population almost 300. Sometimes we say 280. But Malaysia only 30 million, but the coming inbound from other country, it is already 30 million. So it is also my homework, ya, Mbak Dewi, ya, for inbound tour, because I'm specially for travel agency. But again, our member 7,000, we must move forward to be MICE. What I said, infrastructure like convention center, we know JCC, Jakarta Convention Center, we always collaborate, ya, Pak Andre, like 2 months ago also have so many events there. And then, you know, accommodation, also in Jakarta, we know so many hotel, 5 hotel, also we have, if we have small hotel, only 3 star, also we can do it. So please make it happen. If you want to make MICE event organizer, just let me know, especially also for Pak Andre for the Jakarta Convention Center. Also management capacity, international experience, Jakarta host global event like Asian Games, what I said, 2018, and World Economic Forum on ASEAN. What I'm repeat, Asian Games 2018, it is 4 other country, 46. I'm the one of the to-be event organizer for that event. So it is very important. And then I bring also not only for the athletic, like for Asia, and then also for promote Indonesia. For example, this is have the playing for the play golf or badminton, and then who is the winner, I will invite other, like for example, if Jakarta, Malaysia, the winner sometimes is playing badminton. Okay, please you come, because your country right now is number 1 or number 2, it is the final, please come for the family and then also the friend. So we mix as long as it is very good and very good experience. Skill workforce also support education institution, and then Jakarta My Sector is equipment and training professional. Also economic growth, it is what I said, Jakarta is the key market for various industry and how many multi-nation companies, because you know, in Jakarta, I have also the data, came to Jakarta is only for business. So I already work hard. I went to Dubai, I went to Europe, to America. That is only the business. So right now it is very good, this discussion. We talk about the tourism and also the MICE. Especially me, I'm always talk for inbound tour, because my obligation also from the Ministry of Tourism, ya, Mbak Dewi, because our Ministry of Tourism is very important to inbound tour, so we can get more money. Also investment level indicates strong international confidence to Jakarta business environment. Again, is travel agent or talk about tourism is very interesting, because we know all over the world, like also businessmen. And then my obligation also is looking for the investment. Right now, it's very hard, airline, yeah. We focus for the airline, because if we make a fake it, 40% from the airline. And then Indonesia not hub, it's Malaysia is very good, because the hub, we know from Malaysia to go Maldives, for example, to Maldives. You know, right now Indonesia is not direct flight to Maldives. And then I work hard, maybe next month or this year, Maldives to Jakarta to Maldives will direct flight. This is my obligation also for the airline invest to Indonesia. That's why I'm work hard for this together with the Ministry of Tourism and Transportation. Culture, and we know for the culture is very good culture, Everybody want to come to Indonesia, especially because of culture, and then because we must different with other, and we rich for the culture. Culinary for tourism, we know the cuisine, also the food, like, for example, just my neighbor, Malaysia. Malaysia is very popular if he come to Indonesia, pagi sore, Padang. Almost looking for pagi sore. I'm also surprised. And then if I asked to go another Padang food, no, only pagi sore. Because it is mouth to mouth, it is very important. So also the food is good promotion. Market size growth, maybe Mbak Dewi already explained, contribute for tourism, GDP 13, 2023, and then expected growth in the global maize market, 8.1 from the 2024 and 2023. And then visitor for statistic, we know international tourism arrival 2.5 million in 2023, and then also proportion business tourism 38 total visitor. So this is, we can see proportion of the business tourists is 38%. Network and collaboration, ASITA. What I said, our member more than 7,000 travel agencies. So we collaborate with the government, also with all the travel agent all over the world. It is very huge market from America, from Australia, for Europe, and then other country, Europe, Australia, ASEAN. For example, yesterday I met the two ambassador. It is the first Palestine, and then also in the evening Uzbekistan. So again, the mice I said with them. Right now, I'm not talk about only the inbound or outbound, but right now the government real focus to the mice, and then they say, okay, so next better mice is we focus and hope we can run everything with the event organizer. Quality insurance, ASITA also partner, what I said, private sector, including hotel, convention. So as you know, the travel agent, if we sell something, we including for the hotel, airline, restaurant, and then also souvenir. So this is very important, make a package, and then if the event also for everything will be done, and everything, every people also can feel for the benefit. Also, marketing and promotion is ASITA is very easy because I'm across 36 provinces. It's very easy to make a promotion. For example, Pak Andre or Mbak Dewi asked me to, okay, last month we make event organizer with the Ministry of Tourism in Batam. Okay, only Batam we can connect it with 36 provinces because 36 provinces have the chairman. So if we want to promote like Papua, Papua this week I want to go to the Papua this Sunday. The Papua, so we cross-selling. We can promote each other and we can easier. So if we talk about the association, what Pak Andre said, we collaborate and we can easy to reach, not go to directly, oh okay, I want meet to the travel agent in Kalimantan. I can introduce only the chairman. I can go, you want to Sulawesi. Okay, we can make a Zoom meeting. So make easier for if you connect with the association. including hotel already. Okay, that's all. If any question, just let me know. And then before I open closing for the presentation, I want to make also pantun because like our minister. Jalan-jalan ke kota Jakarta.
Cakep.
Menikmati gemerlapan malam hari.
Cakep.
Asita siap jadi mitra utama.
Cakep
Mais
sekali.
pasti bersinar penuh energi. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much Bu Nunung for sharing your thoughts. I think the next key word down here is network, yeah, Bu. Yeah. So for our society, network is very important, where you can establish more growth to the economy. So we'll discuss more the Q&A. We're going to make it quick. Time is running. Next we have Pak Sutrisno to the next presentation. So Chairman of Indonesia Hotel and Restaurant Association, PHRI Jakarta. The floor is yours, Pak Sutrisno. Thank you so much.
Terima kasih Pak Isamuddin. Good afternoon everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sutrisno Iwantono, the President of Hotel and Restaurant Association, Chapter Jakarta. I think I don't want to make pantun because the time is so limited. We have only 10 minutes, so this is a kind of excuse because I don't know how to read a pantun actually. The first, I think this one is the description of what is tourism and what is MICE. And I think you know about this already, so I don't want to read. Let's go to the next page, please. This is the demography hotel and restaurant in Jakarta. The number of hotels is almost 1,000. Yeah, this is around 900 hotel and restaurant is 1,000. Yeah, this is only for registered restaurant. And in 2023, the number of star hotel is 488. And then for non-star hotel, it is 422, so almost 50-50. But if we talk about the number of room, so the star hotel is much more bigger compared to those in non-star hotel. Next, please. And this is the capacity rating that 3-star hotel is increased very fast compared to the other, and then followed by 4-star and 5-star, and then the lower star is just slightly, almost the same every year. And then if we talk about the, please, next please. This is the number of hotel in Jakarta, yeah. Mostly located in central Jakarta, yeah. This is the number 1, and then the number 2 is in South Jakarta. But if we talk about the non-rated hotel, the biggest number is in central Jakarta and Pulau Seribu, 1,000 of island. There's a small hotel mostly located in Pulau Seribu. This is the active member by region. You can see that of course the central Jakarta is the main, and then the second one is Jakarta Selatan. So all hotel mostly located in central Jakarta and South Jakarta. Next, please. already 6 minutes. And then if we go to the occupancy rate, you can see that now, until now, the occupancy rate is only 52, around 52%. This is for a star hotel, but for non-star hotel, only 42%. This is lower than compared to those in star hotel. But you see, the occupation rate is very low, almost only 50%. So you can understand that how important is MICE to help the hotel industry in Jakarta. Next, please. And this one is the graphic show the number of domestic and international tourists. You can see that most of tourists in Jakarta are coming from domestic. There's almost 56 million. But for international tourists, almost only 2 million. Next, please. And then if we see to the hotel guests, you can see also that mostly coming from domestic tourists. That is in case of international, it's only 9.69%. And also if we see the domestic tourists, mostly they choose Star 3 hotel and Star 4. Yeah, but the non-star hotel is very, very low. Usually for non-star hotels only for local people. Next, please. So if we talk about the effect of MICE, if we can develop MICE, of course, the impact for hotel will be higher demand. So the customer will be increased if we can develop a good MICE activity in Indonesia. Of course, will be increase the revenue and also create job for local people if we can promote the MICE. And then, of course, we'll promote the destination for tourists in Jakarta. There are so many places of interest in Jakarta. And then, of course, for us, for hotel, we'll develop also industry image. If there are many MICE coming to Jakarta, then the image of hotel and the image of restaurant and the image of Jakarta will be developed as well. So the people who come to Jakarta and then they go back to their home country, yeah, they will come again, repetition, because we can give them a good image. Of course, there is impact on economic development, especially for local economy. Then how to enhance MICE activity in Jakarta, especially for hotel. Of course, hotel in Jakarta enhance MICE facility, many facilities that we develop already, and then also create attractive offers. And then the most important thing is strengthening collaboration with third party. There are so many associations, transportation, ASITA, and other, and of course with the government. We have to collaborate so then we can reduce the cost. If every industry, they provide a discount, then the cost of tourism in Indonesia will be decreased. And of course we develop promotional material and so on. And then the next one is for the government. We always suggest to the government that the government should improve the business and investment climate in Jakarta. So many people will come here to do business, and there is impact to us, to our industry. And then the second one is developing infrastructure and improving services. The third is improving competitiveness of human resources. So human resources is very, very important for us. The fourth is conducting tourism diplomacy with other country. And the last one, yeah, so almost finished my time. We support the government program to transform Jakarta into global city, especially when the capital of Indonesia will move to Kalimantan. There will be problem for us who have business in Jakarta. For that reason, we always advocate to the government, and we always give recommendation to the government to promote the following effort. The first is to encourage the presence of headquarters of multinational, transnational, and global company in Jakarta. So if we have headquarters of those companies, then there are so many events will be developed automatically. Yeah. And then the second one is provision of wide range of international financial services, especially in the field of finance, insurance, real estate, banking, accounting, and marketing, stock exchange, and other. This all facility will develop the economic and the presence of those multinational company. And there will be a lot of event in Jakarta. And then the next one is the growth of manufacturing center with the support of seaport and container facilities. Next, please. And we also suggest to the government to develop airport with high level and connecting flight. There must be easier for all people. And also the frequency of flight. This is very important. Yeah, sometimes the frequency is very limited. And then also promoting center for new idea and innovation, especially in the creative industry. Yeah. Digital and other media, communication, and center of global networking. So networking is very important here, especially for global. And then we also recommend the development of high quality educational institution, including university and research center. So everybody who come here, they will be served by a high quality of skillful people. And of course, multifunctional infrastructure, offering the best legal, yeah, there must be a good legal system, medical, and of course, entertain facilities. So people coming to Jakarta not only for working and business, they also need to do some entertainment. I think this is the idea from PHRI, from the Hotel and Restaurant Association. Just maybe you know that the PHRI has been established about 50 years ago. So quite a long time. This is a very old organization. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Pak Sutrisno. 50 years ago ya Pak ya, saya belum lahir lagi ya. Okay, next we have the final one, and then we can go to Q&A. I think there's a lot of questions on the floor. I myself also have some question to give to them and to have them answer. Next we have Pak Aji Murnia Wiyanto, General Manager of the Golomori at ITDC. Pak Aji, the stage is all yours, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, good afternoon, distinguished panelists and our moderator and the guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu. So first of all, thank you for having us here. And then we are invited here in this forum for Jakarta to share our insights and our experience maybe from running the MICE venues, not only in Bali, but I think the success factors, I think until now, still becoming the role models of the MICE environment in Indonesia. So from this presentation that we would like to share with you that it's a journey. It is a journey for us from 50 years ago, I believe, more than 50 years ago for our company, and then it's a journey also in the future. And how we achieve it, actually, it's through quality and sustainability tourism that we're going to share what it represents in our developing and maintaining and planning and also enhancing the guest experience for MICE in Indonesia. Next, this is one, yeah. Okay. Yes, maybe just a little bit brief about our company, ITDC, or In Journey Tourism Development Corporation. We are more than 50 years ago. It's something that it was established in 1973. I believe most of the audience, I guess, here was not even born by that time. And then, actually, when I joined the ITDC, I also didn't know that it was already that long. So actually, it's part of Bali Development Tourism held by the government of Indonesia in the beginning of the President Suharto era, which is part of it is in Nusa Dua, in our venue. Yeah, currently we are a destination owner. We are a real estate and property development company. We are doing the destination management and operatorship, and then we also have some subsidiaries as a utilities provider. This is a little bit brief about our line of business right now. We mentioned about destination owner, and then we have 3 areas, which is MICE destination, I would say. First is in Nusa Dua, and then in Mandalika in Lombok, and also in Golomori and Labuan Bajo. And then we have a diversity of wastewater treatment plant, and then seawater reverse osmosis. And then we also have some subsidiaries in hotel management and also the operator of events. This is a bit brief about 3 of our main destinations right now, even though I will be telling more about Nusa Dua because it's something which is already established and is already running, and then in Bali. And then we have also the destination in Mandalika. Maybe it's more famous right now as sport events, especially MotoGP. But actually in the master plan itself, it's more than just that. It's still under development until now. And it is, I think, it's about only about 10% or 20% progress currently. So it's still a long way to go for us. And then we also want to give you a little bit brief about our newest destination. It's in Golomori in Labuan Bajo. It's still development progress, but we also have some venues that is already used for some events, international events. We're going to go to more details later about that. Yeah, what is unique about Nusa Dua, actually, what is special about it, actually, is the only planned tourism destination in Bali, managed for the past 50 years. So, for example, if you know about Bali, we know about Kuta, Sanur, Ubud, and then also Nusa Dua and some other areas. Actually, it's part of the development of tourism in Bali Island by itself. With Nusa Dua, it's a plan to be a premium destination. In the development of the tourism in Bali, it's becoming the hub of many MICE events. Mostly international events, and then until now it's still the role model, I would say, and then still the destination to go in many of the MICE activities. I would like to highlight here the key factors that we're going to share about what we mean by the quality and sustainable tourism. Please bear in mind that this is not, its point of this is not a standalone by itself. Because one or another, actually, it's intertwined with one another and is supporting one another. And also, there is no order which one is more important, and then the maybe number 4 points is less important. it has importance by itself to make sure that we are managing and maintaining the environment that is at the end will be supporting the MICE business by itself. So it's stakeholder relationship, integrated supply and demand, and then security and disaster mitigation is very important for the guests. And then also environment monitoring and preservation, management of tourism asset and attraction. Also, of course, we put in all in the standard operating procedures. And then at the end, how it impacts the economic of the communities in our area, and then also the players or the tour operators or the MICE organizer, and by integrating all this. I'll just pass this one. Okay, so for the development, we always put front, which is the stakeholder relationship. Actually, we have a lot of support from the government, and then we also need this ongoing and going forward, because many of our policy that we are going to enhance our area, actually it's supported by Pergub and Perda as well. And it's important because at the end it will be maintaining how we can manage our area to serve as it's planned. And then this integrated of the supply and demand, we put the supply of the competitiveness and sustainability, and the demand is the uniqueness for the guests, and then the high value that create the guest satisfaction in conducting the MICE in our area. This is very important, especially many of our events are high profile, and then including the VVIP people from all over the world, and then crisis and disaster management is something that we put up front in the management of area. And then on top of that, we also put the monitoring in place, like periodically, some of them every 3 months, some of them every 6 months, some of them maybe it's less frequent. And then it is only not for only environment, but for also social, economic, and cultural issues. This is the example of what we put in our wastewater management. We put it still in the natural setting, and then we use no chemical, and then we also put the green space. What we mean by that is actually to make sure that it can last long, that it will not affect negatively in the environment. These are some of the tourism asset and attraction. Okay, these are some of the SOP that we have, and then we also have the limitation for the hotels about the system and the capacity to ensure that it's still within our guidelines. Here's an example of our SOP. Maybe I'll skip this part. Okay. This is a lot of interaction and a lot of paguyuban with association with the people in our area to ensure that because there will be the people that will benefit if we can still maintain our business and our area very nice, and then from there actually we also request and then their involvement actively to ensure that we have formalize all the cooperation with the association. This is what I mentioned here in the support and development in the local small and medium enterprise. Actually, there are some Pergub and then some regulation from the local government to ensure that this also enhanced and still put in place. This example. So this is about Golomori. It's in Labuan Bajo, and then it's still under project. But currently, actually, it's further than Bali, which is further east. Maybe some is in not from Labuan Bajo, but 20 minutes drive from Labuan Bajo. This the project that we have right now. But what we want to show you here, actually, it's this is already ready. This convention center, and then this is the example that we have the indoor and outdoor, and then we have already held the event as part of the series of events for the ASEAN Summit last year. This is only inaugurated last year by our minister, Mr. Erick Thohir. And then here also we have Golomori Jazz that is going to be held there in November. So what I would like to mention actually from Golomor itself, even though it's still under development, when we have already some readiness for the convention facilities, what we would like to do is like to adopt the template, the experience from our other destination, to ensure that the success of those areas can be replicated in other areas. But of course, it's not always the same. Every place, every venue has its own uniqueness that we have to put forward. Labuan Bajo actually is special because of Komodo. It's the only place where we have Komodo in the world. So, but not Komodo in the convention center, of course, because we don't want it. And then, but the thing is like that's the attraction by itself. What we want to share here actually, how we. The Asian Summit, actually the series of event is not only in Labuan Bajo, there's some in Bali, there's some in Jakarta. And then, for example, the Jazz Golomori, actually it's a jazz event that is from Bromo, Mount Bromo, Jazz Gunung. There are opportunities of the collaboration between cities, between different venues of events to create a series of events, and especially in Jakarta, because Indonesia, it's very unique. Indonesia has, each of the Indonesia part has very different attraction that can be enhancing the experience of the guests, and then it's something that maybe in a discussion, then hopefully we can put forth the cooperation going forward between Jakarta, Bali, and Labuan Bajo. Maybe that's all from me, and then thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Pak Haji, for this sharing session. Let's go right through the floor. We have 10 more minutes for this whole session. Anybody have any question? For the usher, for the mic. Anybody have any question? Yep, over there. Selamat siang, Bu. Bisa perkenalkan diri Ibu?
Selamat siang. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ruth Wijaya. I'm from FNF Transniaga. We are in construction industries. And actually, personally, I'm involved in Indonesian Contractor Association. So basically, ICA is a representative Indonesia in International Contractors Association. So we are expecting to host the ASEAN Construction Convention next year. And we are thinking about Bali. Of course, everyone's asking Jakarta or Bali. For me personally, easy to manage Jakarta because I'm living in Jakarta, but I love Bali, Bapak. We were thinking about Labuan Bajo as well, but the problem is the international airport. Flight from Philippines and everywhere is actually not much going to Labuan Bajo. Then my question is actually, as a host, we are actually spending a lot on permits. Is there any incentive from the government make it easier for us as a host to hosting such an international event that make our cost is bearable? Because actually a lot of expensive things, it's things that not on the paper. It is, I'm brutally honest, but then that's our problem. So everywhere, whether in Jakarta or in Bali, it's the permits that actually make us a bit extra cost. So we know that Jakarta is much more expensive compared to Bali. So that's why we are moving to Bali, even though the team going to Bali is also expensive, but it is better for us to host in Bali. So, but my question is actually that, whether an incentive from the government to the association that hosts international event for the permits and everything, does it make it easier for us? Thank you.
Terima kasih, Ibu. Terima kasih. Thank you so much. You're not considering to have it in Singapore, yeah? I'm just joking, bercanda. I mean, Jakarta is something that we have to look into as a global city. And I myself stay here for 10 years. The amount of changes have grown is a lot, to be very honest with you, yeah? So I think I can see 5 years, 10 years down the road, more things will be better. I mean, I agree on the cost. So let's put this question to ITDC and Ibu Divitri and Pak Haji. So Ibu Divitri dulu, maybe can you share with her on the incentive or any initiative or program that's available for her on this ASEAN Construction Conference.
Okay, thank you. May I speak in bahasa? Boleh Ibu ya? Pakai bahasa
Boleh.
Indonesia? Boleh Pak?
Ya, jangan bahasa Jawa aja sakit wae itu. Ya.
Boten, pakai
Boten,
bahasa
ya.
Indonesia.
I will translate if you need to. Okay.
Ya Ibu, terima kasih. Mungkin untuk penyelenggaraan MICE gitu, dari Kementerian Pusat khususnya dari Kemenparekraf, kita lebih insentifnya mungkin tidak pengurangan cost secara langsung ya Bu ya. Namun kita di sini mendampingi bila memang para private atau asosiasi ataupun lembaga yang ingin melakukan MICE di Indonesia seperti itu bisa berkolaborasi dengan kami. Beberapa kali ada kolaborasi event yang memang dilakukan antara pemerintah pusat, pemerintah daerah juga private sector yang sudah dilakukan. Dan ini juga kami membantu bila membutuhkan informasi lebih lanjut, mungkin supplier yang lebih costnya lebih terjangkau, atau mungkin untuk komunikasi dengan partner-partner supaya costnya itu bisa di-reduce gitu ya Bu ya. Namun mungkin usul kami juga ini perlu kolaborasi dengan asosiasi ya Pak Hosea dengan Ibu gitu, Ibu Astindo. Karena dari asosiasi tentunya lebih paham kira-kira bagaimana dapat mereduce cost tersebut. Kemudian mungkin ada channel yang memang bisa diinformasikan sehingga kegiatan MICE tersebut bisa lebih terjangkau yang Ibu minta. Mungkin seperti itu Bu. Asita.
Terima kasih Bu Dimitri. Perhaps maybe from Pak Haji on your Pinten, is there any incentive from ITDC?
All right, yeah, thank you. Yes, Ibu, first of all, thank you for considering us as your next venue for your summit, Bu. And then, here we are in the event for Jakarta Tourism, so I would suggest that you make in both cities, Bu. In Jakarta and also in Bali, yeah. With regards to the, just a little bit information about Labuan Bajo. We only last Tuesday, there is inauguration flight from Kuala Lumpur direct to Labuan Bajo, and it will be 3 times a week. It's something that actually it's a good thing for Labuan Bajo, but also something that we put some kind of, not alert, some kind of criticism to the Ministry of Ministry of Perhubungan, because you can get as cheap as 500,000 rupiah from Kuala Lumpur to Labuan Bajo, which is you cannot beat even from Jakarta or from Bali. So
Fantastic.
it's yeah. So maybe earlier Pak Andre mentioned about accessibility, and then this still maybe Ibu Budewi has more understanding about it. That's also the homeworks for all of us, because it will be hard to compete on the accessibility and the flight to all destinations, not only in Bajo but also in all Indonesia. So yeah, it's something that maybe just leave with information. But incentive, yes, actually they have been. I cannot speak about the permits that is not written everything, because I don't know what it means. Maybe, and then it's something that is not in my capacity as well. But for Bali itself, and then for especially Bali, and then in Mandalika, we have a lot of incentives. For example, for investment, for the event and everything there. Because especially in Mandalika, we are part of special economic zones that has a lot of incentive for the people that would like to invest and then to do event there. And then certain from the collaboration with us, and then with all the tourism stakeholders, whether it's a travel agency, maybe Bu Ros knows about that better, and then for the association. A lot of event organizers, they have some kind of special deal that include not only for the connection, also hotels and also some other activities. Maybe that's all that we can mention about that part, and then maybe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe other comment from other panelists, Pak Sutrisno, on the incentive and other initiative.
Yeah, thank you. incentive is a very, very interesting issue. Not only you need incentive, we also need. Yeah, because we also need. Yeah. But actually, it is not easy but possible. It's not easy but possible. Yeah, because in some cases we got also support from the government. Let's say when there is travel mission to the other country, on they sometimes they provide incentive for us in form of the air ticket and hotel sometimes. And also, if we want to develop a kind of event in Jakarta, we can talk with them, with the government. But you have to give time, enough time, because the government budget is not easy. There is a regulation, cannot be suddenly given to us. So there must be, we propose to them, then put in the program, yeah, then it can be received by us. So it is not impossible, but still there is a way, yeah, to get that. But the most important thing is we have to collaborate among the tourist player, tourist business, under the leadership of government. So let's say if you develop a kind of exhibition, for example. Of course, you invite people to come here. And they need also hotel. They need also transportation. They need also going to the recreation places. They need also going to the mall and others. So if these all player provide, let's say, discount, then the price will be reduced. And of course, the government should be the leader. So the government provide a kind of incentive, then you can come here, yeah, under the promotion of a government. So if there is a leadership like that, so the event will be cheaper compared to without any other collaboration. So let's say if you want to have a event and you inform us in advance and you need the cheaper hotel, I can invite all of my members and we discuss. Yeah, with hotel can give a discount, and which restaurant they can provide a cheaper food, for example, and transportation and so on and so forth. This kind of collaboration, I think, is very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Sunil. I think at the end of this, I believe, yes.
Just a simple, because I'm travel agent, and then what Pak Ajit said, just let me know when you will have the event. What I said, we can have the special price for the ticket, hotel, transportation, and meal. That is what I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Ibu, cukup betul ya, special price ya Bu, special price. So I think at the end of the day, for everybody is important the ecosystem, and throughout the whole session we hear a lot of collaboration. Jadi kolaborasi itu yang paling penting ya, dengan pemerintah, dengan asosiasi, dengan juga di swasta, and also part of the venue. So maybe one last input from Pak Horisya on the exhibition part. You know, what do you think the initiative and program or strategy to go back when you run a big conference?
Talking about incentive. Pak, you know you're Singaporean, right? So why don't you talk to them? STB will pay you.
Yes, correct. I want to say that, but
so my question, where is the STB of Indonesia? That's the question. Yeah. So once Ibu talking about the permit, I think permit is not a big deal. But talking about the incentive, so you ask him what STB did. What I did, I'm before in a convention bureau. We make a plan already, but we learn from Singapore, TCEP Thailand, and MICEP. But We propose to the government. We cannot work by ourselves. Cannot compare lah government money and our private money, nothing lah. But we give the plan already. You know what? The government supposed to be like what STB did, can pay you from beginning. You're doing the bidding, right, Bu? Not the given event, right? If you're doing the bidding, so the government will support you, airfare, hotels, you attended the event, then you win. After, they have post-bidding. So it means they will also helping you when you have the event. That's a support. Actually, all the program is there, but who will running? Now the bureau is there, but the bureau become private, so no money. So that's why, Bu, easy. You talk to him, call STB, STB pay all of you, and give the incentive per delegates.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I need from Jakarta. But the question, where is the bureau from Jakarta? Yeah, because since 2017, I think it's freezing. I don't know what is the reason, but up to now, no bureau. Once there is a bureau, they will help you. I think it's Bali also have a bureau, but I don't know. I don't think they have also enough money. That's all.
Thank you, sir. So I think at the end of the day, I would just want to conclude on this incentive part, ma'am. I think it's collaboration or internalization. Because you're talking about ASEAN, you got to work with the embassy, you got to work with other tourism agency. You know, as example, STB, they have a lot of funding. Even for the exhibition, there will be a pavilion, they will give support. So I think these are the few things, it's very important. That's why also on ourselves, the Singapore Business Federation, we have office down here. We work together with Jakarta Investment Center to assist all these kind of program and initiative. So I think at the end of the day, the word is it's all about collaboration and the network, right? And Pak Sucino is very humble and also very kind to give discount, ya Pak, ya? Corporate discount, ya? Okay, so I think we should end this session. Before we end this session, we want to take a picture. Before that, the panelists, I would like to update you. There'll be a video being shown before we end this session. But I would like to invite all panelists to be at the front to take a picture if you don't mind. Thank you, all the panelists. After this, can we show a short video of the Jakarta Investment Center? Yeah. Thank you to all delegates and participants. We have ended the session. Ibu on the STB, let me know. I will connect you with them. If anybody have any question, you can go to the panel and speak.